Project Officer at the Hub Foundation. The Hub Foundation is a not-for-profit company limited by guarantee based in Castlemaine, Central Victoria. We were set up in mid-2014 with a mission to help reduce our shires and our planet's CO2 emissions. And we're small, 3 non-remunerated directors, a full-time project officer, that's me, and an advisory panel. The Hub Foundation's largest project so far is MASH, short for More Australian Solar Homes. And that's what I'm delighted to be here talking to you about today. So what is MASH? It's a community solar bulk buy for homes and businesses in Central Victoria. We set up MASH to help cut CO2 emissions in the region, and that's our key measure of success. Since September 2014, we've installed over 2.5 megawatt of additional solar capacity in Central Victoria. And this is cutting CO2 emissions by around 3,500 tonnes annually, equal to around 730 cars off the road. And that's a result we're really proud of and keen to build on. It's been an incredibly exciting and rewarding journey. We've had successes, that's true, but there's been a lot of blood, sweat and tears along the way, literally. So today I'm here to share with you what we've learned, both the good stuff and our mistakes. And I've been asked to boil it all down to the top 3 success factors. It's quite a challenge, but I'm going to give it a go. So how does MASH work? First, what we do is we identify our target markets, products and the regions we want to operate in. Then we partner with councils and sustainability groups. We go out to limited tender for solar supplier, asking them to subcontract to local installers where possible. We launch the round in a high-profile way, using local media, banners, info meetings, online marketing, and a strong website. We generate leads, which we pass to a solar supplier. We make ourselves highly visible and accessible within the communities we operate in. And finally, we promise and deliver free community solar systems. So boiling it down to the 3 success factors, supplier has got to be number 1 for us, community engagement, and number 3, financial viability. Number 1, this is the crux for us, and to be honest, we still haven't quite cracked it. Finding the right supply is most important for a number of reasons, including that it lowers our costs, protects our reputation, and lowers our stress levels. But, of course, if the price is too high, we have a big risk of becoming a joke as people ask, what is a bulk buy about if the prices are higher than anywhere else? So what we need from a supplier is a lean, mean sales machine. Conversion rate is everything. So from that, it's lead to sales conversion. We need weekly reporting on the sales pipeline and installations, as we need to know how we're tracking. We need a free site visit built into the sales process because MASH supporters, MASH customers tell us they love it. We need a seamless installation process backed by service levels with penalty clauses. So the customer experience has to be great. Once again, our reputation depends on it. We need guaranteed product supply. The supplier must have at least 2 months stock holding. We need competitive prices. It is a bulk buy after all. And minimal price variation. So we need to protect against things like STC and currency fluctuations within the contract. Marketing support is critical from the supplier, including a very practical thing, what the customer actually sees, what they get when they get their quote. And it needs to be consistent with what we're saying, so we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. And the final thing, probably the most critical of all, is a terrific working relationship with the supplier. It's got to be open, it's got to be responsive, professional, and most of all, honest. Community engagement is a huge emphasis of the work that I do and the Hub Foundation does generally. So 2.5 years, but it's to build a brand. So I'm talking marketing speak here. Marketing, well, it's true. Building a brand based on trust, community, and action. So what we do is we run, we hope, great projects in the community, not just solar, not just the MASH project, that get results fast. Because climate change is an urgent issue, and people tell us that they want to see action now. We partner where possible with other community groups and councils on all our projects. Then we tell our community about the work that we're doing in terms of how it's benefiting them, whether they be residents, schools, community groups, and of course the environment. And we do our best to keep our messages simple and positive. And we do it all the time, whenever we can. Some examples. This is a MASH community installation, 5 kilowatt for new and primary. Another community installation, 5 kilowatt, free for the Newstead Community Centre. Solar for low-income households in Kaptein, another community project. An evening with Tim Flannery in the Kaptein Town Hall. We had maximum capacity, 450 people, working across all the community groups in the area. Fundraising and the profits was shared between about 4 groups involved in sustainability in the Shire. It was an amazing event, very inspirational, exciting. Now, for those who don't know, there's a state festival starting up in Kaptein next month. I highly recommend it. And we're involved with the state festival to help the festival offset its CO2 emissions, and doing this through a community solar project, so voluntary donations for those who are supporting and buying tickets at the festival. And one of the beneficiaries of this will be a local primary school. Then the final success factor is, of course, financial viability for the Hub Foundation so we can continue this work. We need to generate income in order to operate. So what we do is negotiate a commission structure with solar suppliers where we aim to cover our marketing costs and staffing. In terms of the marketing costs, I have to say that we focus very heavily on identifying where our money is being spent. We track leads by source, and we attempt to track it all the way through to sales so we know what's working. And those tools are out there. They're the things that you can use when you're using the web in a savvy way. But I have to say we don't always get it right, and we're continually fine-tuning for each round. So this has been a bit of a whistle-stop tour of MASH. And one thing I'd like to leave with you is how important it is to have fun while you're doing this work, and to make it fun for all those involved. And we've found this a great way to build community connectedness around what we do. So thanks for listening.